you talking about? You know?
What did you make of his comments, the Mexican thing? I didn't really understand it.
Yeah, like, well, I'm a flat-footed Mexican fighter. Look, if you're calling me a Mexican fighter, I find that as a compliment, you know? What are you talking about? You know?
What did you make of his comments, the Mexican thing? I didn't really understand it.
Yeah, like, well, I'm a flat-footed Mexican fighter. Look, if you're calling me a Mexican fighter, I find that as a compliment, you know? What are you talking about? You know?
What did you make of his comments, the Mexican thing? I didn't really understand it.
Yeah, like, well, I'm a flat-footed Mexican fighter. Look, if you're calling me a Mexican fighter, I find that as a compliment, you know?
What up, fellas? We're in the building. Welcome to the Frank Bay Show. How y'all doing tonight, pre-Super Bowl? Don't know if you guys even like football, watching the football. The foosball, 49ers versus Chiefs. But here we go, man. Little boxing action, give my take. Thank you for joining me. Salute to the fellas, to the real hardcores. Pounds. Teo versus Ortiz was boring as fuck, but Teo won. He pushed it more in the late rounds. Yes, Pounds. You're a boxing hardcore fanatic. And I fuck with you, man. Salute. I agree. Larry Liston in the building. Before we got in here, Furioso, another boxing hardcore. Larry Liston. Jasmine. I seen that, Larry. Leave it to Larry. Yes, Jasmine Ortiz, the biggest track star hoe in boxing. I sadly predicted the entire card would be trash. Yes, it was, man. And I heard it all, man. That's why I wanted to come on, man. I wanted to, talk about my feelings, how I feel about it. How I feel about it. But let's get the homies. Let's bring the homies together. How y'all doing, homies?
When we do the buenos dias, dispensa la tira coming hot like a weed lot. Working out every day cause it's mandatory. Got your bitch putting money in my commissary like a heart.
All right, the homies are locked in. I don't know, my girl, she's ready.
I don't give a fuck if they call me a torta, a motherfucking bean and cheese taco, a number 5 super size.
Y'all didn't like her. Then my uncle about to show up, man. He looking for y'all.
Hey, look at this boxer right here. Hey, don't even look at him, dog. That fool's on the scene.
There we go, man. Everybody's in the building. But yeah, man, let's get to this. Let's unpack this, unwrap this. This debacle, this fiasco, this hating ass, this hater right here, man. I mean, this guy, man, I wish I could bring him up. Let me try to bring Timothy Bradley. This piece of shit, man. Timothy hoe-ass Bradley, man. I mean, the guy is just such a punk, dude. I mean, he hates Teo for whatever reason. And look, man, I'm hearing what everybody's saying. I hear what everybody's saying, okay? Teo didn't look good. I get it. Yeah, Teo, he didn't look great. It was a bad fight. But just as a boxing fan, I like to go to fights. I like to buy fights. I really do try to support the sport as much as I can. It was awful, bro. The guy, he just wouldn't stop moving. In the previous lives, I said, this is a big night for boxing. A lot of eyes are going to be there. And Ortiz, he stunk the joint out. He didn't care about it, He said, fuck it. I'm going to make this as boring as possible. Who do we have in the building? Yeah, if you guys would slither over here, look at Larry run over. Okay, I guess, well, you can keep watching, bro. I appreciate it. I got a Ripper. Is this the real Ripper?
What up?
Is this the real Ripper?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, a little bit. Hello?
Yeah, what's up?
What's up,
You can
Ripper?
hear me or not?
Yeah, I can hear you, man.
No, what's up? What are we cooking on?
Yeah, man, but I'm talking about the Ortiz was he robbed or not?
Nah, man, that was a close fight by Ortiz, but nah, that was not a robbery like some of these people are trying to make it out. I know a lot of the Crips are trying to say that it was a robbery, but nah, that was a way too close of a fight. And to be honest, Ortiz wasn't doing nothing in that fight. He kept circling around the ring, but not throwing enough and not landing enough. So I don't know how you can sit there and cry about the decision when he should have known that they were not going to give it to him if it was a close fight. Because Teal's a way bigger draw than him. So I don't get what the fucking crying is about. Like, come on.
Okay, yeah, we'll unpack it. Let me just get through some of the comments. But right on, thanks for joining me. I mean, we're gonna unpack this, but I like to, want to get to the chat. We're nothing without the chat. The show is about the chat. Everybody comes. Cameron, no, man. You know what, man? It's YouTube, and it's a lot of weirdos on the internet. I like my life and privacy. But it's Frank Bay. We talk boxing. That's what we do here. I don't do the troll shit. Effective aggressiveness is literally the guy coming forward. Agreed. Was Jasmine coming forward? No, he never was. Which rounds did Jasmine win? Okay, I don't understand what the point of another man showing his face. I mean, do you want to beat your meat to it? I mean, no, man. I mean, some people. Ripper, I know you don't show your face. But it's like, here's the thing. I'm not trying to get famous off of YouTube. You know what I mean? I just like to talk boxing. I know you people like to listen. And it's like, I'm not trying to clout chase,
No,
it's
but they don't want you to show your face so they could dox you and like they could harass you and shit and try to get you fired from your job and shit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care about all that. I'm just saying, like, it's just a hobby, We like to talk boxing. It's a hobby. Nobody's trying to make a career out of it. You know what I mean? Like, some people really take this to heart and seriously. I'm a fan. I don't claim to be nothing. Some people get on here and they act like they know it all, or they hate, whatever they hate. They hate the Mexicans. They hate the blacks. They hate whatever. I'm a fan of boxing, but we are gonna tell you the truth about it. Like Ortiz running, and you know why they get mad, Ripper. So let me just say what I'm saying, and I'll let you respond. They get mad because it does come down to that, right? A lot of it is that the running slick style is African American, right?
That's what it is. They see Ortiz as one of them because he was using their style. He was using the style.
Yeah, but see, I understand. Like, I've spoken to Ripper. I mean, I think, and he's listened. He knows where I'm coming from. It's like they think it's like black bashing or African American bashing. It's not. It's just the style. They adopted the style. They openly say, "Oh, call us flat-footed Mexicans," right? Like, do they not? Or that's what Keith Thurman said, right? Called him a flat-footed Mexican, right? Or wrong?
Yep. No, that's what he said. Him and that other fool, that's what he was calling Haney's opponents. He was saying that he was in a flat-footed Mexican too, and then he goes out there and loses like all the rounds. Like even undersized Jojo Diaz did better than him.
Yeah, I mean, it's no secret, bro. And yeah, we bash the African American slick style because we don't want to see backfield bitching. But it's just nobody wants to see it because we've seen Shakira do it and we've seen this guy Ortiz do it, and we don't want to watch it, right? Is it a black thing, Ripper?
No, it's a style thing.
Exactly, it's a boxing style thing.
Because look at the 80s. Look at like Mike Tyson. That fool was on top of the world, right? Everybody, no matter what your background was, they were watching him fight because he was an expanding style that he was using. It's not simply a racial thing. It's just that they're insecure about themselves, so they're always gonna use that race card shit when it's really just most about the style. Because nobody wants to see Shakur fight that style. Nobody wants to see this fucking Ortiz dude fight that style and get the win because the people are trying to be entertained.
Well, I think the people are waking up. They're starting to see that style is awful. I've been on social media, YouTube, Twitter. Are you on Twitter?
Yeah, I'm on Twitter.
And the people, even the cucks, we call, who are the cucks, right? Like the media.
The white cucks, the white boxing cucks. Yeah.
They love the Hankeys and Shakurs, and it all started from Fraud Mayrunner, right? They call it, we appreciate the hit and not be hit, sweet science. But after last night, it seemed like even they were fed up. They were like, "Oh, dude, this stinks." It was back to back. It was Shakira and now Ortiz, and then even now, people are saying, "Hey, Bev, we don't want to see that shit no more." You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, like I mean, times are tough. Nobody's trying to pay a ticket or buy a pay-per-view to watch this shit anymore. Like they might have pretended they like this shit when Mayweather was
Right.
doing it, but that's just over with, dude. Like nobody's trying to see this shit no more. They're trying to
Exactly.
be.
Exactly. One thing, Ripper. You kind of sound underwater. I don't know. Fix your mic or something. But it looks like we got a war in the chat. Cameron, nobody. Yes, they do. The face of boxing has always been traditionally a Mexican or a Mexican American. It was only one time was Fraud Mayweather, but he even said himself he needed a Mexican dance partner. They're the ones who buy the pay-per-views. Traditionally, African Americans, they don't support the sport of boxing. Just look at their superstars, Stank Davis and Deontay Wilder. You guys didn't buy the fights, and I don't mean African Americans as a whole. I mean this guys like Cameron and Zake, whoever, Za, Kang. Okay, they're going back at it. Yeah, beef all you want, man. Let's go. Let's get it. Ripper, you still there?
No, I'm still here. You can hear me better or not?
Yeah, I can hear you better, bro.
Right.
Larry Liston. Don't mind me, bro. I'm going to just get to the chat and then, if you don't mind. On that top rank, yeah, cut only testatory. Benny, salute, welcome. He thought punching the clinches was winning the fight. Okay. Mexicans are human. Okay. That's funny. See, I let people survive, bro. See, that's the difference between us and them. Is if I go to their shit, they'll block me. They can come over here and it's all good, bro, because we can take it. We know you're full of shit. That's the difference. You're listening to us because you know we speak the truth, that you really feel what we're saying. You know, Larry Liston really knows his boxing. Yeah. Cameron with the emojis. Okay, Ripper. So how about this? Let me throw something at you. Interesting. This is my take and see if you agree with me. I'm like, hell yeah, I'm glad they robbed him. If you noticed
well, definitely, because I didn't even think it was a robbery.
Okay, yeah. Number one, let's unpack
it was a close fight. It could have gone either way, but Ortiz wasn't doing enough. He was fighting off the back foot, and he wasn't landing enough. He was just circling around the ring the whole fight. Like, there's that saying that you have to take it from the champion. I don't necessarily agree with that, but at the same time, like, you got to do a little bit more because you know that Teofimo's the bigger draw than you. So they're not just going to give you the fight just because of that. So,
no doubt. But I have a Ortiz fan, right? Hold on, let me get him on panel. He has something to say. So that's an Ortiz fan for you. Ortiz was Rob fan. There you go. Yeah, man. That to me, that's how it's like. It wasn't a robbery. Like, it was a close fight. Yeah, it was close. Like, I could see how people could see it was close. Like, I'm not gonna be and I'm not a Teo fanboy. I'm not saying, oh yeah, Teo kicked his ass. Here's what I seen. I seen a guy running, and I seen Teo literally running after him. Well, like trying to run after him, and after a while, I was like, I'm not gonna run after you. Like, you're just not gonna fight. I mean, that's what I seen.
Yeah, at one point, Teofimo just stood in the ring, in the middle of the ring, and be just staring at him like, "Come on, dude, you're gonna have to do something. Like, you just can't keep running around the fucking ring and expect a fucking decision when you're the B side."
That's the thing, man. It's like, look, man. Okay, when I look at the sport of boxing, I can appreciate slick style, right? I mean, I guess there was like a James Toney guy. I don't know if you know who that guy is. He was considered slick, but a lot of times he fought in the pocket. You know, he countered it and exchanged.
No, yeah, he stood in the pocket and exchanged. I remember Tony. So he wasn't like complete one-sided. Like, the thing is that this fool Ortiz doesn't have any power, but I mean, even then, you should still like stick in the pocket a little bit, exchange a little bit, Like you gotta risk it sometimes. This fool didn't want to risk nothing. He just wanted to fight off the back foot, throw his punches, and pray that the judges gave him the round.
Right. He didn't do anything clean or effective. I mean, that's kind of the scoring, right? Like you have to clean and effective punching, and he did neither of the above. It's like you can't show me a time where he made Tio pay. That's what I said. It's like you can be slick and move, but you have to make your opponent pay. And he never once made Tio pay or what's that saying? Well, like regret jumping in. Like Tio was leaping in, and he never made him like pay for it. He just kept doing it. It was awful, bro. It was like an amateur fight. That was not professional boxing.
Yeah, he was using that like Cuban style. Like he thought that this is the amateurs and he was gonna get the win, but like, come on, dude, you have to do a little bit more than that. But yeah, I don't feel sorry that they didn't give him the fucking fight. Because realistically, too, like who the fuck is excited to watch Ortiz fight again? Like even these clips that are hyping him up, like saying, "Oh yeah, he won." They're not gonna watch his next fight, fool. Come on.
Yeah, nobody's talking about one, and that's the thing. If you really thought Ortiz won, you would be like, "Hey, let's see him fight Tank Davis. Let's see him fight Devin Haney. Let's see him fight Ryan Garcia." Like nobody's saying any of that. Nobody wants to see that guy fight again.
Right.
Let me see. Zays, that crap Ortiz did have what? No, he didn't. Even the stats were about the same. So if everybody's saying he outboxed Tio, even the stats don't say it. They were both swinging and missing wildly. Like they were. That's why it was ugly, right? Nobody was landing. Nobody was really landing. But the difference is Tio was trying, and I'm gonna give him credit for that. You know? No, I am, right?
Is that the Pee Wee Herman bike that he's on?
What? Say that again?
Is that the Pee Wee Herman bike that Ortiz is on in that pic right there?
Oh yeah, it's the Pee Wee Herman bike. Yeah, because man, I mean that's what they call it, right? Getting on your bike.
Right.
I mean, he offered nothing, dude. Look, here's the thing, man. Like, everybody's saying that it was a sweet science. It's hit and not be hit. Ortiz was doing all these things. But why were the fans booing?
Right.
You know? Like, huh?
No, I'm saying, yeah, they were booing the whole night. Fucking Ortiz made it boring.
They were booing because it was a terrible fight, and it was because Ortiz was running. Like, the fans knew. I mean, people will say, oh, fans don't know. But it's like, well, if the fans don't know, then who knows? Like, those people paid for parking. They paid for tickets. They probably went out to dinner, so they paid a lot of money to be there. You know, boxing is not cheap. I don't know if these motherfuckers must not go to fights, but I mean, it's not cheap. You know, like it's $150 to $500 just for a ticket, right? And then you're talking about it's Vegas, a casino. I mean, you're easily in the $800, $700 range, like off top. Like that's not a cheap night out, you know. That's a really good steak dinner, and you know, at a fancy restaurant. So people are paying good money, and you got to think, okay, they're paying good money because they're fans of the sport. Like, I don't know what people are thinking.
No, yeah, like these fighters, I don't know, like they take the fans for granted. I think they think that they could just do whatever they want, and like people are still gonna show up to the next fight. But I mean, that's not the case, because I don't even think that all the people in Ortiz's hometown are going to be excited to see him fight next. Like, they're not going to be pulling up to his fight.
Well, see, I came on to I'm doing this, you know, my response is like, look, everybody's already forgot about Ortiz. Like, can you remember one thing he did? Like, are you going to remember Ortiz next week?
No,
right?
hell no.
No, right? Like, we are not even, we seen like the best performance of the year, in my opinion, was Van Rodriguez and Sonny Edwards. And is anybody talking about it anymore?
No.
Like, you know, boxing fans, we have short-term memory. It's like, what's the next fight? What's the latest news? And then when it's over, right? Like,
that's true. You're right, Frank. I'm saying you're right, because right now people, you know what people are talking about? People are talking about Canelo Munguia right now. That's
Oh,
the
I'm
hot
seeing
topic
that.
right now.
Yeah, yeah,
Nobody even cares about this fight anymore. Like it's only been like 2 days,
yeah.
and people already don't give a fuck no more. People are talking about Canelo Munguia and like, the pay-per-view and shit.
Exactly. Like we actually talk more about hypotheticals than actual fights. Like I think we talk about 10% of the actual fights. Like nobody's talking about the fights. Like this shit has already spiraled into black versus Mexican, and you don't like. It is right. Like this is what we talk about. That's what I'm saying, man. My show's different. We keep it a buck. I keep it 100. I don't fucking sugarcoat shit, man. Like that's what I'm saying, bro. So all these motherfuckers that are crying for Ortiz or talking about it's a sweet science, these motherfuckers won't remember his name next week.
No, they don't even know his first name. I don't even know his fucking first name.
It's just, but Ortiz could be a Mexican, right? You don't know if he's a Mexican, he's a, Guatemalan. It's just Ortiz, like he's just a Latino. That's all he is to these motherfuckers, you know.
You know what it is? I think that he's black enough to pass for like a black person. So that's what it is right there. That's why they're hyping him up so much, and they're like, "Oh yeah, he won that fight." Like, because remember they were mad about Teofimo saying that Top Rank can keep the black fighters and all this.
He did say that, yeah.
So they're still pissed about that, and that's why I guess they're hyping up this Ortiz dude.
Yeah, Larry brings up. Do you remember Sandor Martin? Remember everybody was pissed off about that fight. It's like, who remembers that guy? Does anybody remember Sandor anymore? Nah, nobody remembers Sandor. So that's what I'm saying. I think these fools are like fake. What do you call that? Fake outrage.
Yeah, fake outrage.
Yeah, they don't care about Ortiz. They're looking for a way to hate Teofimo. It's like it's just a bunch of Teofimo bashing. Because
that's what it is. That's what it is. They're just mad about that. They're trying to find a way to attack him.
Right, because they're either, and I'm thinking, well, why are all these Teofimo haters? Like he is proven. He's more, to me, he's more proven than Davina Haney, and he's more proven than Stain Davis as far as accomplishments and names he's beaten. I mean, is he not?
Of course, but these dudes are clowns, bro. Because remember, they're talking shit about Teofimo, even though he fought the best fighters at lightweight. He's fighting the best fighters at 140. These motherfuckers are over here hyping up Inoue versus Tank fight. They're like, oh yeah, Inoue needs to move up 2 more weight classes and fight Tank to prove himself. Like they're the fucking clowns. They're fucking clowns, dude.
No, I mean they have to be, bro. It's like, and I'm not, and again, because like Teofimo's Nicaraguan, and even if he was Mexican, I don't know if I'd be a fan because he's super cringe.
Right.
Like I think he's a good fighter. I think he has an exciting style when he's matched right. So that's why I don't understand the bashing, because I'm not blaming him. I'm really saying, man, this guy Ortiz, he ran, and that's not boxing. And I'm like, Teo would like put it this way, man. Like even super great fighters like Canelo Alvarez, Chavez, they had trouble against guys who didn't want to engage. There was fights they had with guys who didn't. Some guys go in there, they don't want to get knocked out, so they run. Like that Charlo ran against Canelo, and he got bashed for it. Right. So people are saying, oh, he ran. I mean, all you had to do was cut off the ring, and he didn't fight good. And all I'm saying is it's hard to look good against somebody doing that. What do you think?
No, of course. Like, yeah, it's hard to look impressive when the dude is avoiding the fight and just trying to survive and shit. So you gotta look your best.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, no matter how good you are at cutting off the ring or the power you got, it's hard to land if the guy's just running. And I mean, there's probably 1,000 examples, but all you have to look at is recently Canelo and Charlo. Like, he didn't want to engage. He got knocked down, and then he just fought in survival mode. Yep. Benavidez and Caleb Plant. Now, one of the things they said that happened in that fight, they said David. People were criticizing David because they said Canelo knocked Caleb Plant out, and David couldn't. And so they said, well, Caleb Plant ran. Because he, yeah.
But Plant stood in the middle of the ring some of the fight. Like he didn't run like as much as Ortiz did or Charlo did. Like he did exchange at one point. He was exchanging and shit for like the first 6 rounds, and then after that he gassed out, and David put him on him, put that punishment on him. But he did stay in the pocket for a lot of the fight too. Like he didn't run the whole fight. You can't knock him on that.
No, but he's gonna keep moving. You know what I mean? Like Caleb Plant gave Canelo Alvarez trouble, and he gave David Benavidez trouble. Like he gave him trouble because he's elusive. Like he's moving. Like he's boxing. You know what I mean? Some of it, I seen they showed like Caleb Plant spinning and like kind of like running like what Shakira did. You know, he didn't do it as much, but he did. He wasn't sitting and then trading with Canelo or David. You know.
Right.
So look, there's different levels of running. I mean, there's different levels of it. Like there's effectively, and then there's actually running. And that guy Ortiz ran. So that's what I'm distinguishing. You know, is that
yeah. There's Ortiz definitely ran way like that way. He ran the whole fucking fight. He never like stood in the pocket and try to like trade with Teofimo, even a couple of punches. Like that fool did definitely ran way more than someone like Plant did.
Yeah, and that style's just awful for boxing, you know. But you have people. Look, even if you thought Ortiz won, like you go, oh, he outboxed Teo. I still don't get like how you reward that. I guess that's my argument. It's like, are you in like different Discords and chats?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I see people like saying Ortiz won, and even if you thought he won, I'm like, dude, how do you condone that shit? Like,
well, these fools are entitled. Most of the people who are saying that are like entitled Americans, because they're used to guys like Shakur and I don't know these other African American fighters that they get the benefit of the doubt, right, when it comes to the scorecards. So they think that if you fight off the back foot and the other opponent doesn't like beat you up, that you win the round. But that's not necessarily true. The thing is that these fools are spoiled. They're spoiled by like the ESPN and the PBCs, the PBCs and all these other commentaries, because the commentary influence some of the dummies. Like they're like what do you call them? Casual fans, you could say, because they're influenced by the fucking commentary. So they see that the black fighter or the guy who looks black fighting off the back foot, and the other guy is not like destroying them, right? So they give the benefit of the doubt to the black fighter or the black passing fighter, and they think that fool got fooled. But that's not the case, dude. Because that's not always the case. Because like in this fight, Teofimo, I don't think that he lost this fight. Like I could understand if you gave it to Ortiz, but it was a close fight. It was not like a definitive robbery or anything. Like that's just stupid.
Yeah, no, I thought Teofimo win just because the guy was running so much. Like I can't give you credit or points for winning the round if you're not trying to press the action. Like basically like trying to win the round. Like when I'm watching someone do that, I'm like, you're not trying to win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like to me, trying to win is pushing forward, throwing punches. Like you're trying to score, because that's right. Like, go ahead.
No, that's what I'm saying though. Like they're spoiled. Look at the Rayo versus Colbert fight. Most of us saw Rayo win that fight clearly, but these fools, like I said, they're spoiled. They see the black dude fighting off the back foot, and then they hear the commentary, and then they see the result that they give it to Colbert. So they think that that's like the style that wins boxing, but that's not the case. And then you have another fight like the Lubin versus that Ramos dude.
Right.
Most people thought Ramos win that fight, But like I said, these fools are influenced by the fucking commentary and the result of the fight. So they think that, oh yeah, that he won just because he fought off the back foot and he didn't get annihilated. That the fighter wins. Like I'm saying, like these fools they think that that's the style that wins all the time. But no, like if you call it fairly, that's not. They shouldn't have got those wins. So like I'm saying, there's spoiled.
Yeah, it's a hit and not be hit. The sweet science, jab around all night, run. They feel like because I guess they're more athletic or have more skills that's a no.
They
It
have,
is
they have more.
more skills, more athleticism. That's the best way to fight, and it's like I get it, but it's not fan friendly.
Right. No, but you're right though, because we're laughing at it, but that's how they think though. Because look at what their fighters are saying. You got guys like Thurman and Regis Progress saying that, oh yeah, flat-footed Mexican this and one-dimensional that. So they think fighting off the back foot is just like automatically gives them the win, right? That's not always the case.
Well, yeah, they seen like Floyd Mayweather do it, and it's just more. It's easier to me. In my opinion, it's like it's easier to fight that way. It's harder to go forward and throw punches because it's more riskier. You put yourself more at risk when you come forward and you're aggressive. Because it's kind of easier to sit back and pot shot or counter, if you know what I mean.
No, yeah, I get you. But yeah, that's the thing that these fools are like, they're very tribalistic. That's the thing. That's the main thing. So they see things through a lens like a pro-black lens. So any close round that happens, they automatically gonna give it to the black fighter or the black passing fighter and say, oh yeah, that's the Ortiz or Shakur, whatever the fuck
Right.
won that round. They're gonna say
Yeah.
they won that round clearly, right? Even though it's like I mean, it was a close round that could have gone either way, or nothing happened, right? But like in their minds, like they see it that it was definitely for Shakur or Ortiz, but that's not always the case. Like it's a close round that could have gone either way.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think people are going to forget about this fight. I think people know it was a terrible fight. It's just funny when you see people cry robbery or they say that you don't know boxing, like you don't know the sweet science, you don't know what you're watching. Ortiz outboxed Tio. He was swinging and missing. He was like all over the place. He couldn't cut off the ring. And I'm like, bro, like you didn't see the guy running,
Right.
It just I don't know. It seems to be there's like I don't know if we're in the minority or they're in the minority. It feels like we're in the minority because it's like we want to see blood and guts and guys fight,
Yeah, but like I mean, the only people saying that are like Crips and Cuck, to be honest, and the Crips are kind of hypercritical because remember I forgot who said it, but someone made up a good point about like that fool Bruce Ennis. That fool Bruce Ennis thought that white dude from Europe, and what they said that guy was running and that
Yeah,
Bruce
the
Ennis had to
Karen
chase
was
him
running.
down, and they had to chase him down and this and that, and that's why it was like. But then they turn around and say that this fool Ortiz won the fight. Like, come on, dude. But they had to be consistent at least with the
No,
nose.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. But you don't notice it until you go to other channels or you're on social media and you hear and listen to them talk. And they, as soon as you say that was boring, they say, "What do you want to see? Rock'em sock'em?" It's like, no, I want to be entertained. Oh, you must. Oh, that's that Mexican style. That's rock'em sock'em. It's like, what's wrong with that? Like, yes,
Exactly.
I want to see that. I want action. It's
Exactly.
crazy.
That's the thing. Like who
Salute.
doesn't want to see it?
Go
Who
ahead.
doesn't want to see some back and forth action between fighters like these? That's the thing about them that I hate, that they lie they act like this style is entertaining, like they enjoyed watching that. You know damn well that they were bored as fuck too.
Oh, they definitely were. I know for a fact they were, bro, because they'll they'll put on social media or in other channels about how that was sweet science, but then you'll see in another thread they're like, oh, that fool is boring. Tank Davis is better. Like they be doing that shit. Because they have a favorite fighter. Tank knocks him out, or Earl Spence, Crawford, he knocks people out. Like they say that. They say, oh, he knocks people out. But then in the next breath, they say, oh, like the sweet science hit and be hit. It's like, dude, you can catch them in so many lies and hypocrisy. I think you're right. I think they just see the guy, he's African American, and they automatically think that he's gonna win.
Yeah.
That's automatically what it is, But as far as their style, and it's interesting because Inoue just said something. I don't know if you've seen what he said.
Oh yeah, he basically he called American fighters pussy, and then it caused an outrage on that tweet. I saw the tweets that were like, "Oh yeah, he needs to fight in America. He needs to move up 2 weight classes and fight Tank and this and that." Like that's the thing about these clip fans, dude, that they're very, very insecure.
You gotta explain that. Let me just get to Guts and Glory. O'Cracky's fighting. I like that name. Funny. Is fighting Nova the 24th. What do you think of the matchup? I think it was Cracky sucks. He's a back foot bitch. But Nova, damn, who did he lose to? Do you know who he lost to? He got beat up by. He's a tough guy though. He's not a easy out. Probably O'Cracky though. He'll probably just back foot bitch him all night.
Oh, you talking about that Foster dude?
Yeah, O'Shaquie Foster.
Oh yeah, that dude's not that good. He would have lost to that Hernandez guy, but that Hernandez guy didn't have the experience, and the Hernandez guy isn't that good.
He was winning. All he had to do was survive the 12th round.
He just had to survive the 12th round, but like I said, that fool's not that good either. So that's the only reason why Foster won that fight. Like, imagine he was any of the other champions in that weight class, he would have got his ass knocked out. That dude's not that good.
Well, he's really good at back foot bitching. Like he is though. Like he can make a lot of people look bad. Not saying because he's good. See, that's the difference. Like I don't think Davina Hankey's good. He's just good at back foot bitching. Like, see, that's the thing, bro. It's very effective. It's very effective. Mm-hmm. If I was like super athletic, right, and I'm fighting Ripper, and I just jab and grab, I'm gonna win the fight. Right? Like you could be you could punch harder, you could punch harder, you could be a brawler, but if I literally jab and grab you the whole fight, you're gonna get tired and I'm gonna win. Yeah. Because people are gonna be booing, they're gonna hate it. But if I'm quick enough, I'm athletic enough, I can do that all night. I can jab you and grab you.
That's
I don't know. Go ahead.
That's what I don't get about these Top Rank is that they promote these fighters. They overpay these fighters because they have Did you know that they pay what's that called? That before that fought on the card the other day on the co-main, what's his name?
Keisha Davis.
Yeah, Keisha Davis. That's $500,000. They pay him more than Navarrete, and Navarrete's like a
main eventer.
And yeah, he brings in a crowd like Valdez versus Navarrete. That was a big crowd for the fight, and they pay this Keisha Davis dude way more than that. Like I don't understand like the shit behind that, like the logic behind paying some of these fighters that much money when they're not even a big draw. Like they could go to their hometown. They could go to their hometown and no, the tickets are not gonna sell, dude. But
Salute Ed Dog. Well, yeah, you know what it is. It's they're trying. Ask Ripper what happened to CDB. Maybe we'll do it at the end, or you can chat. You can put it in the chat. But that's a whole another can of worms. But salute Ed Dog. Dang, you threw me up, bro. So Keyshawn, yeah. Well, the reason that is because they're pushing the agenda. You know, like Tio said, they can have the black fighter. That's what they're pushing. I mean, I'm just gonna say it, right? Like, it's not a secret, you know, because like you said, they have a star Navarrete, and you know, I already knew it. I'm like, bro, Navarrete, you know, he didn't look good in the last fight. He should just stay at 130. And there's a lot of good matchups. He can unify, like they can promote him heavy. And it's like, wait a minute, they're bringing up to 135. Oh, they want to feed him to a Crip. They want to feed him to Shakira Stevenson or Keyshawn, right? I had said this months ago when I seen that he was fighting on the undercard of Stevenson. I said, oh, bro, they're going to, you know what's going to happen is they're going to try to build Shakira because he's boring off of Navarrete, right? But after that shitty performance, you know, Top Rank was like, no, bro, now we're not gonna feed you Navarrete just to build you up and you're gonna be a free agent. Now we're gonna move him in a different direction. You know, so now I think they woke up and they're like, no, we can really make money off Navarrete with the Mexican fans, you know? The people who actually support
they woke up. They woke up because fucking dumbass Shakira was bragging about leaving Top Rank, right? So they're like, oh, like you're bragging about leaving Top Rank. All right, then we're not gonna give you the Navarrete fight. Like I don't know what the fuck Shakur thought. Like he thought that he was gonna brag about leaving after the next fight, and they were gonna give him like a big fight to send him away or some bullshit like that. That's just
like what an idiot.
Yeah,
like they weren't gonna.
Like you're not supposed to tell like your like if you're playing poker, right? You're not supposed to tell me your hand before you play it, you dumbass.
Yeah, sometimes you step like you got to speak clearly in the mic, bro. I'm having a hard time understanding you a little bit.
All right, I'm saying like sometimes you have to like if you're playing poker, right? You can't show your hand before you play it. That's what the kid did. He played his hand before he played it, and now he's feeling stupid.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I see what you're saying. He showed his cards before he played them.
That's what he did. So now he's feeling stupid.
Well, I think, dude, their egos are so big, they just run their mouth. Like that's all they do is run their mouth. And I think they realize like, oh shit, I said too much, and then it's too late by then, you know.
Right. Yeah, so I'm glad that they did that because now Navarrete is gonna fight for that belt versus
another Mexican champ. Yeah, there could be two by April. There could be three. We could have 3 champs by April. Now I know people are gonna hate it. I'm gonna say Ryan, but he could. I mean, he could. I know I'm gonna get killed for this.
No, he could definitely do it because he has an advantage when it comes to power. Like Haney doesn't have no power like that. That's what he's gonna jab and like try to hug you all night, right? So Ryan can definitely clip him. A healthy Ryan can definitely clip him, but he has to cut off that bullshit that he was doing in the last fight. He was trying to fight that Crip style. He was trying to fight the shoulder roll.
With the shoulder roll.
Yeah, and trying to look like a Crip. Like, come on, dude. Like, you have to be true to yourself, right? You can't be fighting like that. So he could do it. I think he has a decent chance at the upset. I think. I don't know what you think.
Say the last part again.
I said I think there's a big chance at the upset. I don't know how you see that fight going.
You're breaking up, bro. I could not understand the last part. But let me read this. Guts and Glory. Imagine 26 Bruce Carradine being fed by Top Rank to their own Inoue. Yeah, I mean, people are already talking about it. Guts and Glory, you're on it. Yeah. Ed Dog. Nava might sell his ass for a check and he's too small. Yeah, I don't know, man. You know what's gonna happen? I predict Loma and Nava at the end of the year unification. But sorry, Ripper, I just wanted to get to the chat. But say what you were saying at the end. Repeat.
No. I was just saying that I see the fight. I see the Ryan versus Haney fight being competitive. I think that Ryan can pull the upset. And I was wondering how you saw that fight going.
Okay, well, I mean, I guess we talked about Ortiz for a little bit. So, yeah, fake or real beef. It's a big story. We know Davina Haney and King Cry, they signed a fight. We see. Did everybody see the brawl? I don't want to call it a brawl. Did everybody see the brawl?
I
Did you
saw
see the
it.
brawl?
I saw it.
sure.
I thought, I don't know. I don't know if that was real or not. That could have been staged, but
I mean, it looked fake. To
yeah,
me,
it looked fake.
as like an adult, I'm sure you're an adult, you know.
But
And I've watched wrestling before. I don't watch. Do you still watch wrestling?
no, I don't watch it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, I know a lot of adults that watch wrestling, but like I used to watch it as a kid, and I thought it was real, right? I was like, damn, these fools be fucking fighting, right? And then you
Right.
find out it's fake. But the whole thing, I don't know, because it's like, why were they doing something for the fight itself, the event, or did they just happen to be at the same time?
No, that had to be staged. Well, that
That's
had
what
to
I'm
be
saying. Like,
because they had just signed the fight, dude. It was like yesterday that they signed the fight, and then like the day after that, they meet up at the same time at the same place. Like, come on,
yeah,
they
it
had
looked like it was like in a kind of like what do they call it? A convention? It was like in
yeah,
a hall or something.
yeah. They just happened to be at the same place at the same time. Like, no, they had to stage that shit.
Yeah, and there was his crew was there, Ryan's crew was there with bodyguards, obviously, and then Hanky's with his dad, and it looked like his little crew, little hanger-ons, and then it looked like Ryan was walking away. Should we watch it? You guys want to see that? In case maybe I should show it in case not everybody's seen it.
Post it, yeah.
So yeah, man, just tell me your thoughts on well, first, do you think elaborate, is the beef real or fake? And does Ryan have a chance? So
I
while
don't
find
think
it,
I don't think that the beef is real because they've always been like cordial with each other. Like they have a little rivalry or whatever, but they've never like there's not there's never been an animosity between them. So I don't think that beef is real. They're just hyping up the fight, I think. And I think Ryan has a chance, but I mean I wouldn't put money on it. Like I wouldn't be surprised either if he pulled up the upset and knocked him out and shit. But like I wouldn't put money on it because Ryan's a head case, dude. Like you never know what's gonna happen with this fool.
right? Yeah, I mean, it looks staged. I mean, look, it's good for boxing, right? Like, it brings a lot of eyeballs to boxing. Like, the thing about Haney Garcia is it's a big fight. Like, do you think it's a big fight?
Oh, it will definitely be a big fight when it happens. That's another thing that I do like about this fight too is that it's gonna be on the zone for free. It's not gonna be on a pay-per-view.
No, no. It's gonna be free? Are you
Yeah,
sure? No.
they announced it when they announced the fight. There was no pay-per-view,
What? It's free?
so it's gonna be it's free if you have a subscription to the zone.
Oh, okay. But it's not pay-per-view.
Yeah, it's not pay-per-view is what I'm saying.
Wow. That's crazy. You're lying. Dude, if you're gonna have to buy me the pay-per-view if it's pay-per-view.
I mean, they didn't post it on the official announcement on none of them. On like the zone post and shit. If it was
Uh-huh.
pay-per-view, I think they would have put it on pay-per-view. But
No,
I
that's a
didn't
good
see.
point. That's a good point. Okay, I think oh shit. All right. Man, this should be crazy. Can you see the screen?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. I think can you hear the can you hear it? The noise from the big YouTube?
No, it's silent.
Is it? Damn.
I mean, we don't need to hear it. We just need to watch it. It was fine.
Nah, you gotta hear it. You can't hear it?
No, I don't hear nothing.
So he's in his face. He's calling a pussy. So they're going at it. I want people to hear the sound because Ryan sounded pretty heated, bro. He was like in his face and he, talking hella shit. But it looked real. Ryan looked real, but I don't know when what gave it away, what made it look fake was like Bill Haney getting into it. Did you see when Bill Haney's dad was doing it? Did you see that part?
I didn't even click on it because I didn't even want to hear what the fuck Haney and his dad were saying. So I just watched it without the sound.
Oh, you didn't hear the sound?
Mm-mm.
Dude, you have to hear Ryan, bro. He sounds very he's saying Haney shook, He's like, you're scared. That's all he kept saying. You're scared. Maybe he does have a point about them being scared though, because I think maybe like they don't want to get embarrassed. They don't want to lose to the so-called Instagram fighter, right? Because that would be double the embarrassment. Like it's one thing if you take a loss to a fighter, but it's another thing to like take a L to the guy who's people say that is not a real boxer and is just like a Instagram model, right? So I think that's what some of these Crips are afraid of. Oh, wait, let me play it again so you can hear it. Can you hear it now?
No.
Can you hear it? Could you hear it?
No, like you could hear something in the background, but you can't hear it like clearly. It goes in and out.
Damn. I'm gonna just fast forward to Bill Haney. So he pushes him. And then I guess he's saying, I seen footage with Tank Davis. That looks fake. Look at Bill Haney. That's fake. Come on. You can't tell me that's fake, right? Dude, that's so fake. He's like, get your mans. Look at Haney. Come on, like, you think they're really going to start throwing punches?
No, they know that's their meal ticket right there. That's their big payday right there. They're gonna do nothing.
But yeah, that's the beef. Davina Haney, Ryan Garcia. I like the fight. I think it's a good fight. Cause I said this like probably last year, right? Right before the Duarte fight. I called it. I said this is the fight that's probably gonna happen. It makes the most sense. And I said the reason is, bro, because like everybody talks shit about Ryan, right? But here's the reality. The black guys don't fight each other. Davina Haney and Stank Davis are never going to fight. Like, when we talk about these things, these Crips and how they move, and the reason why we say things like Crips and the triggers of them is because we're telling the truth. Like, we know how you guys move. We know you guys won't fight each other. These guys, they do 3, 6 hour, 12-hour lies about, he go in the bag. He don't want it, and they're just all full of shit. Like they do, bro. Anybody listening, if you come on and you hear Frank Bay, and I'm saying go to these Crip channels. I'm not gonna say their names, but you can probably look, and they'll do 8-hour streams about the Davina Haney and Stank Davis. And like there's the Stank Davis fans and there's the Davina Haney fans. And they all argue for 8 hours about who's going to win negotiations. Devin's A-side. And Stank, and he's not the face of boxing. They literally argue this fantasy fight. It's never going to happen. No,
you're spinning facts because Shakur could have fought Haney if he wanted to, but that's going to happen. The Tank versus any of these other fools like Haney and Shakur could have happened. It never happened. Fucking Tank versus what's that one dude's name? The Colbert.
Frank
that
Martin?
Was a fight that was
no,
the Colbert fight. They were hyping that fight up too, and him between Gary Russell Jr. and none of these fights ever happened. Like it's a pattern with these fools. They don't fight each other.
No, they don't. I mean, look, you have Teo fighting Loma. You have Loma fighting Haney. So Loma fought Teo and Haney, right? While neither Teo or Haney have fought, right? And Haney and Kambosos fought Teo and Loma, Meanwhile, these Crips, they just kind of like skip, hop, and jump away from each other and make everybody else fight each other, and then they get to sit on the sidelines and say they're the best because their fans will go on here and say they're the best, right? And we're like, no, how can you claim to be the best when you guys won't fight each other? Nah, you know, we'll whip Tio ass, we'll whip Ryan ass, and like, look, Ryan's fighting Devin Haney and Stank Davis. Like, that's what I'm saying. All the Latin fighters, white fighters, they fight each other and then they fight the Crips, right? The African American brothers. But these guys,
that's the problem with these fools too, is that they give like guys like Tank hypothetical wins. Like, they give him credit for hypothetical wins that he's never fought. Like, oh yeah, he didn't have to fight a Lomachenko in his prime because he would have won anyways, right? That's what they say. Like, these dudes don't have no fucking shame when it comes to
you're saying like, oh, this is what they'll literally say. Oh, you mean the Loma? They lost to Salido? Oh, that one? Like, bro, like that was like 10 years ago in his second fight. But that's the one that lost to Salido? We know Stank will beat Salido. It's like, bro, we don't care. We want to see the fight. Oh, you mean the Loma that lost to Hanky? The one that beat Camboso, who beat Tio, so why we need to fight Tio? Like, they have these soliloquies. They'll go on 24-hour lives to tell about how their fighter don't need to fight nobody because he'll beat them all.
Yeah, and then they'll make excuses why they fight guys like Mario Barrios and Leo Santa Cruz. I mean, like, these fools don't have no shame when it comes to their fighters, but they want Canelo to fight the fucking Better Biev and that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they want him to fight Better Biev, fucking Usyk. They really would. They would be like, he's ducking Usyk. He is. But I mean, you know what's crazy is Ryan Garcia, right? They call him Queen Ryan. But it's kind of crazy to think that he's fighting. He fought Tank Davis. Okay, he lost. I thought he was competitive until he lost. I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, we could say that with the weight drain, Stank Davis don't want to fight him again. But now he's fighting Davina Hanky, and nobody's giving him a shot. Like, nobody is giving him a chance. And here's, what I'm seeing and I'm hearing, bro? I'm hearing Mexicans for Hanky. Are you a Mexican for Hanky?
Hell no, yeah. But I seen that shit too, though, bro. I seen them trying to hype up this fight, saying, oh yeah, Haney's from Tijuana, and then they post pics of Haney with like a poncho and a sombrero and dumb shit like that.
Yeah. Oh boy, because he fought in Tijuana or something. But yeah, I mean, there's all these, because a lot of people are mad at Ryan. We feel he bent the knee. He's dissing Oscar de la Hoya. He's hanging out with fraud main runner. So people are mad at him. But you know what, man? Even no matter what, he's still a Mexican American. And yes, he's selling out. But I would never root for Davina Hanky. Like, I just would never root for him. I would never be one of these Mexicans for Davina Hanky. I don't think I could ever in a million years can see myself rooting for Davina Hanky.
No, because at the end of the day, these fools fight like fucking boring. That's what it comes down to. Like, these fights fight like a bitch. Like, they do the most minimal shit to win the fight. Like, and then they want people to become fans of them and give them credit and this and that. Like, hell no, dude. Like, you have to fucking fight. You have to try to fucking win. Like, fucking get a knockout. Do something.
Yeah, fight like it's your last fight. Fight like you love to fight. Fight like, you really want to impress the fans. Because that's what you got to do, right? Like, you have to impress. You have to make people want to see you again. And that's for anything you do, right? If you're an entertainer, if you're a musician, you're you're an actor, you make movies. Because what are people going to remember? Like we said earlier with Tio and Ortiz, like, you're going to forget about Ortiz. You don't ever want to see him again, and you're going to forget about Tio.
Right. That's what makes me happy that Canelo's fighting Munguia next, and he's not going to fight the fucking Charlo, because we already know how that fight's going to play out. Charlo's going to fight off the back foot like his brother did, and he was just gonna try to survive, right? Try not to get knocked out. With Monguia, at least he's gonna come to fight. He's gonna come to try to take Canelo's head off, even if it means him getting clipped and knocked out, right? So
Right.
that's a way more entertaining fight on the horizon, in my opinion.
Yeah, damn, man, you said it, man. I might have to get to that. So yeah, man, like, subscribe, hit the like button, man. I don't know if anybody hit the like button yet. Subscribe, comment, share. We got Ripper on joining the Frank Bay show. He's coming with the smoke, with the heat. So we covered Tio. We're talking about Davina Haney and Ryan Garcia. So are you going for Ryan or are you not?
I mean, I'm rooting for him because I can't stand Haney. But I mean, like I said, I wouldn't put money. I wouldn't put money on Ryan. But I mean, yeah, I'm rooting for him. I'm rooting for him, and I think that he could. He has a chance at the upset just because of how fast and how hard his punches are. But like he has to be disciplined in this fight. He has to be on his game point.
Yeah.
Because remember what he said in the tank fight, bro. Remember what he said in the tank fight. He said that he got bored, and he said he got bored, and that's why he just threw the game plan out the window. And
Yeah.
he tried to get the knockout, and like you can't do that, dude. You like in boxing and pro boxing, you can't just throw the game plan out the window just because you get bored or whatever the fuck you whatever excuse you try to make. Like you have to stick to the game plan, and because he was doing good at first. Remember, bro, like the first round, he won that round clearly. Like if he would have kept doing that for 12 rounds, he would have won the fucking fight. But
Right, yeah.
he got overzealous and he tried to get the knockout. He tried to force the knockout. You can't try to force the knockout, especially against a counter puncher that has his own knockout power. Like even against Haney, you can't try to force that fucking knockout because if you try to force it, you're probably gonna end up getting clipped yourself, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was an exciting fight. I thought he had a chance. I mean, you could tell Tank was worried about his power. I thought he hit, Davis a couple times, and he was throwing some heavy shots, man. Like Tank was getting out of the way of those. But like you said, he got bored and just went for it, which was a mistake. Like he should have never said that. You should never say, "Hey, man, like, I got bored." Like you would never tell your girl that, right? Like, "Oh, I just got bored." She'd be like, "Motherfucker, what? What happened? How you were boring me? Like, oh, you're out the house, homie. Goodbye." You could say, "Man, my homie said some shit. I was thinking about him. Like, my mom was talking shit." Like, you could say anything, but I got bored. Like, all right, that's some shit you don't say. Maybe Ryan is maybe that's the thing. Maybe people hate him because he actually is maybe really being honest. Like Tio's cringe, right? Like they're both goofballs. Like if you take Canelo as the ultimate macho Mexican, how a Mexican should be, right? Like silent. When he speaks, he means what he says. And then you have these two other goofballs that are just the opposite. Like one is like trying too hard, and the other is like he's just saying whatever comes to his head.
Right.
But
yeah,
maybe Ryan is being honest, but dude, like at a certain point you need to think before you speak.
Yeah, because at one point during the fight, he threw like 3 or 4 left hooks. Like he spammed that shit. Like what the fuck did he think was gonna happen, dude? Like you can't spam the fucking same punch over and over again because they're just gonna fucking counter that easily. That's what ended up happening. I think that's how the fight ended. He spammed that stupid shit like 4 fucking times in a row.
Yeah, I mean we'll break this fight down, but I'm gonna say it here and now. My prediction: loser goes home. This is if there is something real, bro. The loser gonna have to retire.
I mean, there's a lot on the line for this fight because if Ryan doesn't come up, it depends too. Because like if it's a competitive fight that could have gone either way, like you could give Ryan a pass, I guess. You could say, well, it could have gone either way, right? But if he gets dominated and like loses every round, then that's pretty much it for him. And if Haney gets beat up and knocked out, he's gonna be like the embarrassment of the
It's
sport,
over,
right?
right? Like, no, he's a fraud. Like he lost to an Instagram model. Like, what had Ryan ever done? Like, put it okay. Devin Haney is accomplished. Now he didn't go to Harvard. He beat Cambozo and he beat Regis, right? Like, whoa, wow, right? I thought he lost to Lomachenko. You can't tell me he won. But anyway, so you got a man in front of you that beat Loma on the record, was undisputed at 135, has a belt at one as a champion, and you lose to Ryan Garcia, and you're a black man, like who said he'd never lose to a white boy. It's over. It's over. His career, it's done. He can never come back from this. And if your biggest opposition was Tank Davis, now like his whole fan base just swallows yours. Like every one of your fans is gonna jump ship.
That's true. All the Crip fans that are on the Haney bandwagon, they're just gonna jump on the Tank one, right?
Yeah, because that's what they did to Earl Spence, right? Like
Yep.
most of the black fan base, as far as I knew, were going for Earl Spence. Like it was Wakanda, or that's a name, I guess. The Crips, Wakanda, PDC fanboys. They were all like on Earl Spence train, right?
Right.
And like Bud was a sellout because he was like he fucked with Aaron, and he's Bud from Omaha. Like he's not a real nigga, right? Like you know how they talk. Like you ain't a real nigga. You Bud from Omaha, right? Earl, a real nigga. He from Houston. He hang out with rappers. Bud is like a goofy one. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I guess isn't that how they look at it?
Yeah, no, you're right, because they started to become fans of Crawford after he won the fight.
Yeah, that's what I'm
After
saying.
he won the fight, they were posting like fucking TikToks and Instagram reels about how he came up from the dirt and he came out the mud and this and that.
And now all the Earls fans became Bud fans, and now the whole community is on his side, and they're pushing him towards a Canelo fight. You know, so yeah, that's what's gonna happen. They're gonna like dump Devina Haney, and they're gonna all go become Stank Davis fans.
No, yeah, that's why I believe Ryan when he said that Haney was scared, because I think Haney fears losing to Ryan Garcia by any means, because he knows the implications that come with that. He knows that if he takes that's like his main thing. That's like Haney's main thing is his right. Like he markets himself as the undefeated black champion, like Mayweather did.
Right.
So he knows if he takes the L versus Ryan, that's his whole gimmick is out the window. Because now what's he gonna do? He's gonna be the laughing stock of the sport, saying, "Oh, look, you lost to the Instagram model, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have the He doesn't have any he doesn't have a core fan base, so that's why I believe that he's scared."
And you're right. He doesn't have that core because he's not exciting. The reason Stank Davis has a fan base is because he's exciting. And then he's not even really exciting. He just gets knockouts.
Right.
You know, so yeah, then it goes back to what we said. Like, see, everything I say, man, and Ripper's helping me, but you know how you're telling the truth because you can always refer to the things you said. You know what I mean? You know how liars tend to forget what they said before? Like, you ever been on these panels and these Crips, they just forget everything they said? Oh, I didn't say that. Yeah, you did. I'll play it. Oh, well, see, what I meant was.
That's like that's that full Dirk. That's that full Dirk.
Oh, yeah. He's a pathological liar.
That fool's a clown, dude.
But see, when you tell the truth, you can refer back, you remember, and you can refer back to the things you said. You know what I'm saying? And what I said about Ryan Garcia was, you know, they all need him. I said this fight can happen because they need the Mexican fighter. And
Right.
It's easy to predict, bro. When you understand how boxing works, how the blacks don't fight each other because they don't sell, and they always need a Mexican star, you can really predict it's just like I knew Shakira was wanting Navarrete, and I predicted that when that fight happened, when Navarrete was on the undercard, you could see it, right? The writing was on the wall. What Top Rank was trying to do, right? They're trying to feed Shakira the Mexican fighter, right? So that's why Ryan is where he's at, because don't get it twisted, they need Ryan Garcia.
Yeah,
Just like
they need
just
him.
like
They need
go ahead.
they need Ryan more than Ryan needs them. That's the
Yeah,
Bottom
he
line.
gonna need them, and they need Teofimo. Believe it or not, they need Teofimo. Don't get it twisted. They need Teofimo, but he's a backup, right? Like they need
Yeah.
Ryan first, but then they need the Latino fighter like Teofimo in order to sell. Because one, they won't fight each other for what because they don't want to lose, and then number two, they make the most money with the Mexican or Latino fighter. So that's what I'm saying. This is a loser goes home match. Because Davina Haney, like I hear what you're saying, but it's over for him. Because his other calling card is that he's better than Stank Davis. Like that's his main rival, you know?
Yeah,
It's
that's
like-
fact. They try to market him as like his fans, right? They try to say like, oh, he's a more accomplished fighter, this and that he would win versus Tank. That's like his whole gimmick.
Yeah. But you know, that shit don't sell. What sells is Ryan Garcia. You know, he's the marketable fighter. So if he loses to Ryan Garcia, it's over on every front. Like his future fight with Stank Davis, Shakira, and then he lost to Ryan, and now Ryan could be the face of boxing again. Like he easily surpasses Stank Davis, you know. But I think if Ryan loses, it's over, man. It's over, and I think he's done with boxing. Like he can't come back from this. That's what I think. Like I know what you're saying, even if it's competitive, but I don't think in his mind a loss, and it's over.
No, yeah, I think it depends too, like if it's how competitive it is, because like if it's a robbery and if people see it as a robbery, then he can redeem himself and say, well, I got robbed and this and that. But yeah, if it's like if it's a definitive loss and he loses all the rounds, then yeah, it's pretty much over for him, and he's probably just gonna go the Hollywood route, right, and just like the transition into films and this and that. That's what I see him going through if he doesn't come out with the win in this fight.
Ryan is about to give Haney a payday and make no, he won't, because Haney's style. Look, if he knocks Ryan out, maybe, but he's not going to. He's not going to change, bro. He's going to play it safe and try to outplay him.
That account is stupid though, because that's the thing. That's the thing that's wrong with these crit fighters, is that they don't know how to play their role. The role is supposed to be the villain, right? Now right. Mayweather, he made a good villain because he knew how to sell a fight. He knew how to talk shit. He knew how to make fans hate him to buy the pay-per-views. These crit fighters that are coming up, they don't even know how to do that. You got guys like Shakur and Haney and whatever other fighters that they have. Like these fools don't know how to be a character. They don't know how to sell a fight. They don't know how to make themselves a villain. That's why no one cares about their fights.
Yeah, but you know, I'm hearing what you're saying, and I think that's the belief in yourself, right? Like if you really think you're the best. Here's what I mean. Like Mayweather was that good. I'll give him his credit. You know what I mean? He had a chin, he had skills, and I think he thought he could beat these guys. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
In a real boxing sense, like, okay, I can take his punch. I can, like, he could take the guy's punches. You know what I mean? I don't think these guys think like that. I think they know, like, they get hurt in sparring. They don't live the lifestyle. They're more about, like, how do you say this? They're more
Social
about
media?
the life. Yeah, they're more about the life. Like, they like being a fighter. Oh, fans, the money. But as far as living it, because you see look how big this guy is. Stank Davis, he's in trouble with the law. Davina Haney's partying with he's wearing porn stars. He's getting like 200 pounds. You got Shakira, the same thing. Like the one thing that people said about Floyd Mayweather was that he lived the life. Like he wasn't really a partier. He didn't drink or smoke, and he never blew up in weight. You know what I mean? He was always in the gym. So he truly lived the lifestyle. But as far as his skill, the belief in his own skills, I don't think these guys are as confident as he is, if that makes sense.
No, you make sense because these guys blow up in between fights. I mean, like, well, remember that one time when Haney went into the ring versus Lomachenko right before their fight? And even Lomachenko's like, damn, motherfucker, like you're big as fuck.
Yeah. The
Like
only one I think they go ahead.
No, go ahead. What?
The only one I think that comes close to being as far as the fighter lifestyle and belief in himself is Bud Crawford. I think he does have that mentality because he never looks big. You don't ever see him like partying, but I don't think he believes that he can beat everybody. If that makes sense. I think he knows that like he could get beat.
Well, no, he does because he has a limit. He knows his limit. He's not a dumb fighter.
Exactly.
Because remember, before he beat Spence, they had asked him like, "Well, what do you think about fighting Canelo Alvarez?" And then he was like, "What? Why the fuck would I fight him?" He's like, "That's what he said." He's like, "Why doesn't Canelo fight Wilder?" Like he knew that he can't beat him. But afterwards, after he beat Spence, he was like, "Oh, well, yeah, I could we could fight at a catchweight and this and that." And then finally, he's like, "Okay, I'll fight him at 168." But that's only because he wants to get that payday, that final payday, so he can retire.
Yeah, you know what? And I just, as you were speaking, I thought of something. Not that I wasn't paying attention, but with that O comes a lot of pressure, right? Because you look at fighters of the past, Moreira, Barrera, like our legend, right? Canelo, Oscar. You know what they had? Let's see if the chat or you can guess it. What did they have that these guys of today lack? And even Fought himself. A loss.
Oh,
they all lost. Even their greats lost. But what happens? It's like, dude, I don't have to worry about it. I'm just going to fight everybody. Fuck it. What does it matter, right? I'm getting paid. I'm a fighter. This is what I do. All these guys, like Miguel Cotto, they asked him like after a brutal loss. I think it was Margarito's face is all busted up and his wife's like, "Oh, honey, it's time." He's like, "Well, what else am I going to do?" No, remember like after Margarito got his face cracked, it was like he was still wanted to fight. Like there's just different. These guys, they're just their O is the gift and the curse. You know what I mean? Like they're terrified.
Yeah, because they got obsessed with the O record after Mayweather era because they're like, "Oh yeah, look, he has the O." Like that was his whole gimmick. Remember, that was Mayweather's like whole gimmick that I'm undefeated, I'm the villain, this and that. So they took up that mantle, right? Because they idolize Mayweather, right? So they try to make their career based on his shit. So that's why they're so terrified of that of losing the O. Because if they lose that O, they don't know what their identity is.
Well, it's like a gift and a curse, right? Like it's your confidence, but then it's your fear. Like, damn, I can't lose. Like, but that's gonna make you scared, right?
Right.
Like if you go up to a girl and you're worried about her saying yes or no, you'll never get her number, right? You gotta just be like, if she says no, then she's fat, you know?
Yeah, she's fat, exactly.
But if she can sense like you're worried about it, then she's just off top. She's not gonna give it to you because like you just showing
confidence. Yeah, you don't have confidence. I'm saying you don't have no confidence. They're gonna see that.
Yeah. It's like you have to have like I don't give a fuck. It is what it is. I just want to be the best. And then when you some fighters can come back from a loss and some can't. But the great ones, once the O was gone, like they just kept fighting. It was like I'll fight anybody now, like because think about it. When you take a loss, like why wouldn't you're gonna fight everybody, right? Because it's like, well, people still want to see me. They still love me everywhere I go. Like when you go to Vegas and there's other fighters, people clamor to like even like mid-level fighters. Have you ever been there and seen that?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like they ask for your autograph and all that. Even like if you were like you weren't like an A level fighter, you were like a B or C level, they're still gonna be there.
Yeah, because they just see that. Yeah, you got losses. You got 6-7 losses. People don't care about that. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, you know that's a hell of a point. And that's why I think like even Crawford, like he's worried about that now. Because like if you hear old, and see, it's not even a black or white thing, but it's like especially amongst, because you'll even hear other black fighters from the past, like Tyson and Sugar Ray Leonard. They said, bro, Mayweather's not the best because he never had a loss. Like you have to understand, he quit before he could get a loss, and they resent him for that. They all bash him for that, and they look at these guys and go, they're trying to do the same thing. You're not a real fighter until you fought the best and lost.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, this guy, this Haney, yeah, it's over for him, bro. That loss, you hit the nail on the head, Ripper. I think that was a that was a good take, man. I think you're right. And same thing with Bud Crawford. Like, everybody's on his nuts. It's like, bro, he hasn't fought the best. Like, he just sits there. He hasn't fought in like a year now, right?
Right.
And then when they do lose, they got a million excuses. Like after Earl Spence, right? Would he go like 13 years without a loss? And then as soon as he loses, it was my eyes. Like I was fat. Like this fool had about 20 excuses.
He's still coming out with excuses today. Like weeks ago, he was saying,
yeah,
this and that. And then Crawford's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, man. I mean, bro, the best thing that could happen to Devin Haney if he truly wants to be great is for him to lose. Like, because then think about it. If he loses, he's going to have to fight everybody. He'll fight Teofimo. He'll fight Subriel Matias. He'll go up and fight, he might fight fucking Terrence Crawford. Like, you understand what I'm saying?
No, yeah, he like if he wins, like let's say he wins, right? He's not gonna take that Matias fight because he's gonna be scared of taking that L. But if he loses, he'll take up all the upcoming fighters and like make a name for himself, make a legacy for himself.
Yeah, he'll be forced to, right? Because people already don't want to see him fight because he's boring. You know what I mean? But Salute Hawker, yeah, that guy flip flops. But for Ryan, dude, I mean, look, man, I want Ryan to win by knockout. Like, I think if Ryan won by knockout, that would make my boxing life. I swear, it really would, bro. Because the tears of Davina Hankey's fan base would
You're gonna be on all the panels, all the clip panels every day.
Dude, no, I'm just gonna spam social media with Ryan, you know? And I said it first. I mean, look, most likely he's gonna lose. Like, let's 100%, keep it 100. He'll probably lose, right? He'll probably get outboxed, right?
Most likely, but I mean, he does have that puncher's chance because, like, Haney's been chinny in the past, right?
Yeah.
And Ryan at 140 with the hand speed and the power, he could if he lands that punch, that left hook, he can knock out anybody in the weight class.
Yeah, I mean, he has the speed, he has the power, he has all the attributes. You know, is he like some super skilled boxer? No, but you don't need to be. I mean, there's plenty of boxers that look, man. You know, here's the thing about boxing. You know why we watch? You know,
the unpredictable.
Yeah. Like anybody can go in there and say, "Oh yeah, Devin Haney, yeah, like, oh yeah, he's super skilled." Then why watch? Like, because that's all you're gonna hear. Oh, he gonna watch him, bro. He gonna watch him. You know he gonna whoop that boy. Well, why are you watching? Because it's the doubt, right? There's a piece of doubt in your mind because you're like, but I don't know. You don't know.
Yeah, because anybody can get caught. In the sport of boxing, there's more upsets than I think any other sport. Like, because this you're only as good as your last fight, right?
Yes, true.
So like, and the thing about boxing too is that these fools don't fight that much. They fight once, twice a year.
Right.
So we didn't even know. We can't even calculate how good these guys are. For all we know, that they're on the same level or close to the same level. The thing is that some fools just take a L before the others, so that's what leaves the impression that this guy lost, so now he's a loser. But like, that's not always the case.
Yeah, it's just like what they're saying now with Teo. Oh, Haney washes him. Oh, Tank Davis whoops his ass. Like everybody beats him now, right? Right. Why not fight? Like, why do you have to sit there and convince me that your guy beats him so easily? So we say, hey, let's let them fight. Oh, they don't need to. Like, this is their mentality. That's the thing. That's the thing with boxing fans too. They have a short-term memory because remember, right before the Josh Taylor fight, everybody said, "Oh, Teo's washed. Look at Teo. He's doubting himself in the post." I didn't believe that. And then look at him. He beats up Josh Taylor and he becomes the lineal champion at 140, the number one guy, right?
and everybody
Right.
back on his nuts saying that he's the best guy. Look at him, he should be 2-time undisputed, this and that. And then like we saw the other day, he had an off night and like he looked off, and he had a close fight with a random contender. So like anything can happen in boxing.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, yeah, the odds are stacked against Ryan, but that's the thing, bro. Like any round, any punch, if your training camp ain't right, maybe ate a bad meal. I mean, everything's on the line. That's the difference. Is I think people tend to think it's a team sport, right? And when they talk about if the 49ers are going to win or the Chiefs are going to lose, like they think of all these aspects, right? Oh, well, the defense is playing to the level, Tim, and well, John, the 49ers offense is rolling. Like it doesn't have the magnitude of just two guys with two fists. And then you're just taking into account, like, did they train hard? Did they live right? And then anything could happen. It's not a team sport. Bro, anything, if you hit a bad meal that day, there's been stories a guy, didn't, have the right water bottle or some shit, or his gloves weren't working. Yeah, right. You hear all these stories, and that's why he lost. It's like, bro, we're not saying Ryan Garcia is gonna win, but I'm saying he has a chance.
No,
Okay?
yeah, most definitely he has a chance. He has
Because I don't think Davina Hankey's very. I mean, he's okay. Like, I don't see greatness. Put it that. I just don't see greatness.
no, he's definitely not great. Because remember, a guy like Jojo Diaz, that's an undersized 135 dude who gave Haney a tough ass fight, and he was like a couple of rounds from like giving it a draw or getting the win, right? And that guy's not like an elite level fighter. He never was. So like, I wouldn't put it out of the realm of possibility that Ryan could win this fight.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's happening, bro. It's happening. I mean, a lot of people thought this would never happen, and it's back-to-back fights. He fought Tank Davis, and now he's fighting Devin Haney. So, this is what people are going to be talking about, like Ryan or not, until Canelo gets announced. But this is going to happen, April 20th?
Right before May. So yeah, right before the fight.
Yeah. So as we get, this is all people are going to be talking about. Like, people are going to forget about Tio. Canelo's on the back burner. But other than what other fight is going to be bigger than this up until it happens?
I mean, maybe you could say Bivol versus Beterbiev, but not even, because
That's in June.
That's in June, and also that fight's not bigger for the casuals because people know who Ryan is. So that just by itself, that makes Ryan the fight with Haney bigger.
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
in the term of like of hardcore boxing fans, but like casual boxing fans, and that's who ends up buying the pay-per-views or watching the big fights, right?
yeah. Definitely. Yeah, man. I mean, right now, I don't know. It doesn't have, like, not a lot of people are talking about it, but you'll see, man. I think people are gonna get over this Tio thing real soon, and then because they're gonna be doing the press conferences and all the interviews, and they'll be talking a gang of shit, and maybe some more pushing, back and forth and all that shit. And then we'll get a Munguia and Canelo announced. We still need to know what David Benavidez is doing. We haven't heard about what he's doing. We're only in February, and then PBC is going to have that card. So hopefully things pick up. I mean, I guess next week is Cracky Foster and Nova. I guess that's going on. But yeah, man, I've been on here for already an hour and some change. But yeah, man, I think I'm gonna wrap it up. Just wanted to come and do a quick one, talk about Tio and just the news, Tio and Haney. But thanks for joining, man. You got anything else you wanna let loose?
No, that's thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. It's a late night. It's a Saturday. People are getting ready for the Super Bowl. You watching the Super Bowl?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Who are you going for?
I'm going for the Niners.
Okay, right on.
Yeah, hopefully they pull up the upset. I know that the Chiefs are the favorites probably, but
Yeah.
I'm rooting for the Niners.
But just get my parting shots out, man. You get your shots out. Yeah, man, just to sum it up, you know what? Like Ripper said, man, we don't want to see that running shit, right? No fucking runners. Get them out of boxing. I think people are waking up. You can call it slick style, American style, African American style, you know, but
Oh, was that shit BDA calls it the ass style? The
ass style. You know, they're all tripping on Inoue because he called it out today. You know, he said that American fighters don't want to be hit in the face. Let me just see Ocker. I won't bet on Ryan Garcia to beat the chosen one, Debbie Haney. Debbie is getting a black American getting pushed. Yeah. Auger, you always know what's up, man. But I don't know. Hopefully, you know, there's always hope, right? There's always hope. But apparently, you know, Americans are triggered because Inoue said that, you know, Americans. Well, look, let's say what he meant. He meant African American slick style, right? Like they fight like backwood bitches and they don't want to get hit. Because he wasn't talking about like Mexican Americans, Virgil Ortiz, Bam Rodriguez, who come to fight. He was talking about these guys. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And that's all, you know, me and Ripper are saying on the Fake Base show. So look, man, we're gonna wrap it up. Was Ortiz robbed? Maybe, but better for boxing. I'm glad he got robbed. So what you want to say, man, about it before we get out of here?
No, if he did get robbed, then I'm glad he got robbed because let's be honest, no. Because if he got the win, none of these fools that are crying about him were gonna watch his next fight. Like let's be fucking serious here.
Right,
like
become super fans.
If Ortiz won the fight, you think that they would have watched the Ortiz versus I don't know, any of the contenders? Like they were gonna watch this fucking fight. They weren't.
Oh, they're gonna forget about this fool tomorrow. They're gonna forget about this guy. And people want to see real fights, man. They want to see blood, guts, and action. But right on, man. Thanks for joining. Just want to give a shout out to my Ortiz fans. I'm gonna play this and we're gonna do the outro. And thank you for joining. Like, subscribe, share. Ripper, welcome back anytime. Share, like, subscribe, Ripper. Yeah, man. You know, just had to break it down for y'all, tell you how we really do it over here. So Ortiz fans, this is for you. The homies we're gonna get an outro. You do a little homie dance.
When we do the buenos dias, dispensa la tira coming hot like a wheeler. Working out every day cause it's mandatory. Got your bitch putting money in my commissary. Like a
all right, fellas. If you come in late, we're late. Like, subscribe, hit the like button. I need that. Comment, share, and we're out, fellas.
What are you talking about? Huh?
What did you make of his comments, the Mexican thing? I didn't really understand it.
Yeah, like, well, I'm a flat-footed Mexican fighter. Look, if you're calling me a Mexican fighter, I find that as a compliment, you know? What are you talking about? Huh?
What did you make of his comments, the Mexican thing? I didn't really understand it.
Yeah, like, well, I'm a flat-footed Mexican fighter. Look, if you're calling me a Mexican fighter, I find that as a compliment, you know?